Hey Scott, I think it's time for our very first episode of our new weekly series, Prolific Transformation Conversations. So I thought it was only appropriate that we kick the whole series off with the philosophical question of what does it mean to be prolific? So I'm
Oh,
gonna throw that question over to you, and we'll go from there.
fantastic. Well, first of all, happy Friday.
Yeah,
And I guess we'll be doing these on Fridays, which is just as wonderful. To be prolific, you know, as we say here, it means to provide capabilities that enable a bank to scale and grow at a pace required for today's markets, while also tooling for tomorrow's technology.
it makes sense. I like that explanation. In my opinion, it assists with something I'm calling incremental transformation. I mean, if you look at commercial banking operations, they're dealing with conversions and migrations and system implementations and system upgrades, and in general, a lot of the legacy solutions just seem, big, overwhelming, resource intensive, time intensive, and disruptive. So from my perspective, prolific means, you're able to have something that's consumable yet extensible, right? So you can focus in on a specific, area, within a workflow that might be a bottleneck. But once you've got that capability in place, you can start moving that into other areas. So it's really sort of controlling the flow of the transformation. Does that make sense?
It does. It's funny. We grow your bank, be prolific. A couple of people run around here saying that. Of course, all the taglines and everything else. But you know, it's all about capabilities, and it's less about point solutions, right? So companies, whether it's small business or large corporates, they're all doing their digital transformation, moving to the cloud. They're moving at breakneck speed. Not all of them are so highly regulated, as the banking industry. So, truly having capabilities to deploy that allows a bank to kind of, keep pace with those other entities, insofar as small business, medium businesses, large business, that's terribly important. And, part of if we say prolific being everywhere, we provide kind of that bedrock of capability that can be used in multiple disciplines.
Sure, and to your point, I looked up the definition of prolific, and it means present in large numbers or quantities. And again, I think we see this as something that can be easily consumed by a bank, but yet will spread and sort of like cell splitting, right? It'll just keep expanding onto itself. But I think also what it does is it allows the bank users to control the pace of change, right? So, we hear a lot about digital transformation, and actually we're going to talk about digital transformation in our second episode next week, so we'll look forward to that. But we hear an awful lot about it, and it seems like things are moving pretty quick, right? Well,
Mhm.
I think the pandemic had a lot to do with a lot of innovation getting rolled out in a hurry, because they had to, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing like an external factor to kind of move you along and put some wind in your sails. But the fact is that it isn't all or nothing. It is an evolution, not a revolution. And being prolific lets you start small and go big. So I think that's really sort of philosophically, where I'm at as far as that goes.
Yeah, I would agree with you. The name of the game, especially in this day and age, it's all about partnership. And, it's not, again, it's not just partnership between a vendor and a bank. It's a partnership between, as I look at things, I'm partnering with other fintechs. I'm partnering, with banks. All of it comes together. And that's how we all become successful.
Sure. And, and we hear a lot about open banking, and open banking can mean a lot of things, just like open architecture and a lot of technologies that went from being totally proprietary to open in quotes, So I think, we're at the start of a new era. It is 2021. We should expect a lot of radical changes. But again, I think, we can leverage the technology where it makes sense, not be overwhelmed by it, not be disrupted by it, and get all of the benefits we need over time. So I think we'll leave it there. Again, our second episode, we're going to talk about digital transformation and what the benefits are to commercial banks and to their business and commercial customers. So we'll look forward to that. Thank you all for listening in, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you all.